Hey. Hope y'all having a good morning so far. Since I was able to finish all the sign readings yesterday, I'm going to do a collective, maybe even a few collectives. So take whatever resonate and leave the rest. Please like, share, and subscribe. Shuffle these cards up, then we gonna get right into it. You means we got y'all for the collective. And one time for the one time. Excuse me. Alright, let's see y'all. What we got for my collective, Spirit? What are the messages for my collective? What's going on with the going ons? We had justice in the reverse flip over. So there could be somebody doing some corrupt shit right now, trying to be unjust to you, collective. Could be the Knight of Swords. So we got the Knight of Swords coming out, Aquarius energy. There could be a Aquarius or someone with Aquarius in their chart wanting to make a big change, or they want to come and give you an opportunity. They could be doing this very swiftly. They could be coming towards you, collective, wanting to be direct and honest with you, wanting to be bold, face their fears. Then we got the Ace of Swords in the upright. So this Aquarius could have gained some clarity. They could have gained some clarity about a Pisces or a Libra or both. So they could be making plans to come towards you. Like I said, they could want to have a victory with you or bring you some sort of success, collective, because they could have achieved some sort of truth about a Pisces and a Libra. So now they could be wanting to communicate with you about having a victory with you, or how you could have a victory. So they could be coming towards you with a new idea, giving you this new idea to help you have a victory, help you gain success. And then we have the Wheel of Fortune in the reverse, because your wheel could be in the reverse right now, collective. So things could be seeming like you're having a lot of bad luck at this time. You could be in turmoil. You could be going through there could be a lot of chaos around you. But this could be due to people that's outside of you. Could be a Pisces, a Libra, Aquarius, that could have brought a lot of chaos to you. People that wanted to interfere when it came to you making new plans to be able to have a victory. So they wanted to bring unwelcome change to you because they didn't want you to succeed in one way or another. They didn't want you to have the ability to focus, the ability to communicate, so that people could achieve the truth, get the truth in the situation. So you could have needed to remain strong and continue on when it came to your vision, what you were trying to do. So you may have needed to concentrate even through the chaos that these people were throwing at you. And then we have the High Priestess in the upright, because you could be a High Priestess. You could be very independent, or whatever this new idea is Something you've been focusing on will bring independence to you after a period of bad luck. So you can need to be strict, be solely focused on whatever this is, be self-disciplined, and trust in yourself, trust in your wisdom. You could do divination. You could have a lot of wisdom and knowledge. The spirit guides could be leading you towards something to where you are revealing whatever it is you know. So you could do something spiritual. You could have a lot of spiritual insight. And you could be emotionally stable enough to be able to do this. And then we have resilience in the upright. So spirit guides could be seeing that you're not only emotionally stable to do this, they also see that you're resilient enough to do this, even though there were people outside of you trying to interfere, trying to cause chaos, trying to make it seem like you were going bad luck, just throwing any and everything that they could your way to try and stop you from revealing things that was being revealed to you by your spirit guides. They didn't like your knowledge. They didn't like the fact that your inner guidance was your best guide, that you were still able to listen to self, trust thyself, and keep moving. Even when it was nothing but an uphill battle, you still gathered the strength and continued to move forward. Even when you were exhausted, even when you didn't know which way things were going, you still had the courage to continue on, to persevere, to have a backbone. Maybe you used to stop in the past when things like this would happen, when there was too much chaos around you, or when there was a lot of turmoil. You may have used to stop, quit, but this time around you could be remaining strong and just continuing on, being persistent, being consistent. Hello. And then we have rest in the upright. So you may have needed to rest, because even though you were able to persevere, this could have brought you fear, brought you anxiety, stressed you out. So you may have needed to relax and rest. Maybe you were getting a lot of downloads. Spirit guides was laying too much on you, or giving you just a lot of information to hold. So like I said, there could have been a lot going on behind the scenes, as well as in your mind, pretty much. So you could have been overloaded mentally with downloads, as well as these people trying to stress you out, burden you. Well, so we got communication in the upright. So things could be in the final stages because you continued on, because you kept moving. You didn't let the distractions distract you. You stayed focused, and this could be a breakthrough, or this could be why you're going to have a breakthrough, because you were able to still concentrate and focus through the chaos. So you could be getting some unexpected financial income. This could be a lump sum of some sort, or you could be in a will. You could have a deed, trust, legacies, a solid foundation that you are building off of being a high priestess, or you could just be privileged. So you could just be getting issuance of several different things. You could be getting an inheritance, a lump sum, so things could just be flowing into you. Things could be about to be very fruitful for you. So it's going to be like one thing after another that comes in financially for you. So you could be getting a lump sum of money as well as some homes, and then you could be building your foundation as being a high priestess, so that could be taken off. So like I said, you could be just being privileged, getting several things at once or one after another, all because you remain resilient. You kept going even when there was things in the way trying to break your concentration, break you possibly, tire you out. So we got the sun in the upright. So yeah, collective, you remained in this sun energy. Now, if you got to a place where you needed to empty, where you needed to meditate, you did that so that you could get back into this sun energy. Because whatever this chaos and turmoil was, it could have pissed you off. It could have angered you a great deal, but you were able to always turn this energy around into positivity. You were always able to free yourself from being in a negative energy or a lower level energy. So you didn't stay in this fear. You didn't stay stressed out, or you didn't stay angered for too long. You were always able to transmute that and go back to your fun self, your optimistic self, your confident self. And that's what's bringing you this good luck, because you're able to stand in your truth. So we got potential for abundance, the Ace of Pentacles in the reverse. So there could have been external forces not wanting you to have any money, collective. So they could have tried to stress you out so much or cause you to not be able to concentrate or focus, because they didn't want you to be able to get any money. They wanted you to have a lack of money. They wanted you to have poor financial control with little money you did have. They wanted you to constantly lose opportunities. Like I said, they wanted your will to be in a reverse, for you to not receive anything, for you to think that you were receiving bad luck, all because they wanted to interfere and bring you this unwelcome change. They didn't want you to have success. They didn't want you to be freed in the mind, freed, period. They didn't want you to be able to come up with new ideas. They didn't want you to be able to plan so that you would have a victory. Then we got the Fool in the reverse. So they could have been very reckless towards you. They didn't want you to be fearless, so they were reckless towards you, collective. They took a lot of risks to come for you, to do things towards you, because they saw that you were fearless and that you kept it moving. And we have Judgment in the upright. So these people tried to judge you, even though you could have already done self-evaluation. You could have already awakened, but these people still wanted to call judgment down on you. And they could have done this quickly. So they could have judged you without even knowing you, judge you without even really knowing who you really are. And now they could be wanting forgiveness. They could be wanting a renewal with you because you were able to keep your composure. Then we have poverty in the upright, Heller. So you could be in poverty right now, collective, going through temporary financial difficulties. So these people could have left you out in the cold, put you through a lot of adversity, wanted you to suffer a lot of financial loss because they knew that this would piss you off. They knew that this would be your main focus on how to get up out of poverty. They knew that this would stress you out, cause you fear and anxiety. So even with you working on trying to get out of poverty, they wanted to interfere, come in between that, because they wanted you to just be focused on being in poverty. Feel bad for yourself. And we got the star in the upright. So although you're someone who is very hopeful, they didn't want you to be hopeful that you would ever get out of your situation, that you would ever come out of poverty. They wanted you to feel like that's just what your life was going to be, you being out in the cold. They didn't want you to feel inspired to get yourself up out of poverty. They wanted you just to dwell on the fact that you were in poverty and do nothing about it. So they didn't want you to be creative, even though you were creative, even though you were a high priestess with a lot of knowledge. They didn't want you to be able to create off that or any other creativity that you have. They didn't want you to be at peace, even though you're someone that's peaceful. You don't like drama. You don't like to get into too much. Hello, love and light to you as well. So they didn't want you to be content with being a star. They knew that you were a star. They knew that you carried this energy. They knew how creative you were. Maybe you're creative in a lot of things. So you could be multifaceted. And they didn't like that. So they wanted to pretty much block your star, make you seem like you were nothing, like you were worth nothing, like you would never have nothing. All because you were someone that was peaceful and don't focus on things that doesn't concern you, or just lower level shit they wanted you to focus on so that you wouldn't be able to have a renewal in life. They didn't want you to focus on your spirituality so that you wouldn't get more knowledge, so that you wouldn't be able to hear your spirit guide, so that your third eye wouldn't be as open as it is now. They wanted it to remain closed. They wanted you always seeking clarity but never really receiving it. They wanted you to stay blind. They didn't want you to be able to heal, so they brought a lot of chaos to you. So there was always drama around. So you would always be upset, angry, so that you wouldn't seem like you were of light. So even though you carry light with you, or there's a light about you, you're very light-hearted, you're very love and light, but they didn't want you to be this or come off as this. They wanted you to come off like you're of the darkness, like you're just hateful, when really it was the other way around. They were hateful towards you, and you could have just gotten fed up with things. So like I say, even though it may have taken you down a couple notches to where you were angered by some of the things that these people were doing, you never let it keep you stuck there. Like you were always able to come out of that and be positive, be right back in your positive energy. And they didn't like that because you always renewed yourself. You always were able to rejuvenate no matter how mad you got, no matter how mad the situation made you or these people made you. You persevered, you kept the faith, even though your faith could have dwindled. Maybe, like I said, you could have been mentally overloaded and stressed out in fear, but you came back to self. You came back to having your faith. The universe tells you that you can trust your dreams. So they didn't want you to believe that you could trust your dreams. Oh shit, I forgot. I got a whole deck on the side that I still think. Hold on, y'all. So we got conflict in the upright. So yeah, these people cause a lot of conflict for you, collective. They always wanted it to be a non-stop battle, an ongoing battle, battle at the battle at the battle at the battle. Just everybody throwing their wands at you, trying to hurt you in some way, shape, or form, any way that they can. Trying to argue with you, trying to have disagreements with you, trying to fight with you, be aggressive with you. They wanted you to be in your temper as well so you could be aggressive back, so they could say that they had a reason to want to have conflict with you, or to be arguing with you, or to be fighting with you because you're aggressive towards them, when the whole time it's everything that they've been doing to put you in this aggressive energy, to even show your temper, because you could be someone who is very tempered and you don't normally get like that. But they wanted to push you so far to where it had no choice but to come out. It had no choice but to be seen. So they wanted people confused. Like, oh, we don't know who started what. So they could have been defensive towards you. And they could have made you defensive towards them as well. And then we got marriage in the upright. So they could have also did all this because they didn't want you to get to a point to where you would get married. So they didn't want you to have a happy family, be with someone that was going to make you happy. Like I said, they wanted you to be left out in the cold, not having anything or anyone. So they didn't even want you to be happy with someone that could possibly take you up out of poverty or help you get out of poverty. So if you were, dating someone and things was going steady, or this was someone that was a possible suitor, they wanted to destroy that. They wanted to put y'all at odds, cause conflict for y'all to make it seem like y'all were against each other so that you would never come together. So they confused the both of you. So anytime you were coming into contact with someone and things were good, it doesn't matter who it is. It could be love. It could be just a friend. They didn't want you to have either. So they caused conflict to make it seem like y'all were doing something to each other, just to be able to cause confusion so that y'all would argue with each other or be defensive towards each other or not want to deal with each other. All because they didn't want anyone to be able to help you up out of your situation. So if you weren't able to get yourself up out of your situation, then you were never going to come out of it, because everyone that came towards you, they were going to completely destroy any connection that there was. Then we had a Knight of Pentacles in the upright. So yeah, they was doing something on a routine. So they could have been doing something every single day, or every time you met someone, they would do this. So not only every day was they doing something towards you, trying to attack you, trying to confuse people. They were doing it every time someone came towards you and they felt like it was going to be a good connection. So they thought that they were being practical. They didn't want nobody being loyal to you, or you being loyal to someone, you coming off like you were responsible. They wanted to confuse these people like you weren't responsible, like they shouldn't be around you. Whole time you're persistent. So they didn't want no one protecting you. And that's why they wanted to do so much to have you on the defense, as well as other people that wanted to come towards you. They wanted to make it seem like you were stubborn. But you were just focused on your work, being hardworking so that you would be able to profit and come out of your situation, whether if you had somebody or not. So you were going to finish what you started regardless of what these people were doing behind the scenes, because you knew what these people were doing, because you are this high priestess. You knew. So you kept going because you knew even if no one came to help you or to save you out of your situation, that you only had yourself to depend on. So you knew that if you gave up like you could have in the past, or if you stopped doing something like you did in the past, that you wouldn't get anywhere. You wouldn't come up out of your situation. And we got the Hierophant in the reverse. So you could have had people challenging your traditions as well. They wanted to make it seem like you were non-traditional, like you were non-committal, like you would never commit to someone because all you focus on is your work. But this is the position that these people put you in to force you pretty much to only focus on your work. I mean, shit. If you wanted to come up out of your situation, that's what you had to do, because everybody that came towards you, they tried to fuck it up. So they wanted to spread a narrative like, oh, they don't want to be committed. They're non-committal. They just be out here doing anything, all because you focus on your work. But this is the position that they had you in again. So make it make sense. They were mad at your persistence. They were mad at your ambition. But they forced you to be this way, because anytime you try to have a connection with people outside of you, they made sure it didn't work. So yeah, they wanted to challenge your traditions. They wanted you to be reckless. They wanted you to be seen as non-committal. So they could have thought that putting you through all this chaos, people that really was for you, when they came towards you trying to mess that up, cause confusion, because they wanted you to deal with someone that was non-committal as well, so that you could deal with someone that wasn't going to bring you happiness, that wasn't going to be too towards you, someone that was going to lie, cheat, steal. And then we got returning to one's roots in the reverse. So you could be letting go of the past, collective, and you could be focusing on your future. Maybe you were non-traditional in the past. You didn't want a relationship. You didn't want a commitment because you could have been hurt a lot. You could have went through a lot of betrayal, a lot of been with a lot of liars, cheaters, and thieves. So you could have not wanted a relationship. And these people also like tried to be defensive towards you because you didn't want a relationship, not knowing that you're just tired of having the relationships that was coming towards you, or being with the people that was coming towards you. So you just said fuck it all together and start letting go of the past and focusing on your future, which was you building whatever this is that you were building to come up out of your situation. You started to mature. You started to grow up. You traveled away from home. Maybe you were used to being at a certain place or being somewhere where you grew up, and you decided to veer off and travel alone. Try to see new places, new things. And then we have the Hangman in the upright. So these people wanted to sacrifice you. They wanted you to feel trapped. They wanted you to feel limited, like your life was just uncertain in the direction of which it was going. They wanted you to always be waiting on something or waiting for someone instead of putting in the work in yourself to try to get you where you need to get to. They didn't want you to feel like you were the one that was going to pull yourself up out of it. They wanted someone that was undesirable to you to be able to pull you out of your situation. So like I said, they wanted you to have the help of someone that really wasn't going to help you. Even though they could have helped you out of this poverty, they would have also just treated you poorly. They would have lied to you, cheated on you, stole from you, anything. These are the type of people that they only wanted to help you. They didn't want anyone that was really for your best interest to help you. And they only wanted people that was just going to tear you down even more to come in, try to act like they were helping you. And then we got making a break for it in the upright. So like I said, I just said this. They wanted people that was deceptive to be able to help you out of your situation. People that was going to lie, trick you, cheat, steal, have you in risky behavior, have you doing things that would possibly threaten your freedom. They wanted to be enemies disguised as friends. They wanted to come in like, oh, hey, I'm here to be your friend. I'm here to help you. Whole time, like I said, they're just trying to help destroy you or bring you back down to a lower level energy. Somewhere where you had to pull yourself up out of, somewhere where you healed from, that you grew from, and they wanted to bring you back down to that or even worse. And they could have even been spying on you to do this, to know who to send in, to know when to send them in. And then we have the Ace of Cups in the upright. So yeah, these people did not want you to have a new beginning, or the only new beginning that they wanted you to have is to be with someone again that was going to bring you back down to size. Not someone that you would be happy with. So they felt like the only way that you would have this if you be with the person that we want you to be with, someone who's non-traditional. Because we already told people that you were non-traditional, so it's only right if you have someone that is the same, that's just like you, even though what they were saying was a lie. Because you're traditional, you have traditional beliefs, and you want to be with someone that's going to give you the same things that you're able to give. Be honest, be faithful, be loyal. But they wanted it to seem like you were the opposite, so all you deserved was the opposite. So they didn't want someone to come in that was going to actually love you, someone that you would actually be happy with, someone that would actually be happy with you, where there would be nothing but joy. They didn't want someone that you would want to get pregnant by, someone that you could celebrate with, someone where there would be an outpour, all good emotions, everything good, an overflow. They didn't want that because they wanted to keep sending towers your way. Tower after tower after tower after tower. They could have sent you a tower 16 times, 16 towers. They could have sent you. So they could have tried to make you have accidents. You could have had accidents because of what these people were doing. They were constantly attacking you on the daily. They could have practitioners as well as witches, warlocks, that they had a part of this. doing this shit on a routine, attacking you on a routine so that things will go their way and not go your way. This is how they kept up with the chaos. This is how they kept up with the destruction that they were putting in your life. Also, that they could keep you traumatized. Also, that you wouldn't heal because they knew that you were already healing. They knew that you already healed from certain things of the past, but they were trying to bring you back down to that unhealed version. They was trying to keep you traumatized. So they wanted it to be nothing but unexpected things happening to you, unexpected loss, unexpected disaster. So they didn't want you to see it coming, because when you see it coming, you don't really feel as bad. You know how to deal with it more than if it's something that you don't see coming. So they always wanted you to be blinded to what was going to come next, so that you could be confused on how it happened, why it happened. They wanted to cause you nothing but pain. Day after day after day after day after day. They wanted to abuse you day after day after day after day. And like I said, the only new beginning in love that they wanted you to have is someone that was going to be deceptive towards you, so that what? It could only end in a divorce. They didn't want you to be happily married with someone that you would be with for years, for a lifetime. Someone where it would be to death do us part. They wanted you to be with someone that it was just going to end abruptly. They wanted it to be violent. They wanted you to get abused by your person. They wanted you to face bankruptcy. So they wanted you to go through so many financial difficulties to where you wouldn't be able to bring yourself back to a stable period in your life. So that you would have no choice but to file for bankruptcy, just to try to have a new beginning. That would have been your new beginning, filing for bankruptcy and literally starting all over again. Even though you pretty much was starting all over again because you didn't have too much that you were working with. They wanted you unemployed so that you wouldn't be able to make any money as well. And we got the Page of Swords in the reverse. So they could have wanted you to always get disappointing news. They wanted you to have a lack of ideas and plans, so they could have attacked your creativity. Try to block your creativity so that you would never be able to come up with an idea or a plan to even start to get yourself out of what you were going through. Then they wanted you to deal with nothing but players, like I said, that was going to deceive you, be defensive towards you. And these people that they would have had around you, they would have also been blocking your creativity. That's why they wanted these kind of people around you or to be with you, so that if their spell work, witchcraft, or voodoo didn't work, these people that was already in lower level energies would be able to keep you blocked from your creativity, keep you blocked from having any ideas. Then we got the Moon in the reverse. So they didn't want you to be able to release fear. They wanted you to stay in this fear, always fearing things. They didn't want you to be able to uncover secrets, the secrets of what they've been doing to you, the secrets of why your life has been so chaotic, the secrets of why you are only sent players and not someone that actually is going to love you. They never wanted you to uncover their secrets of what they were doing to you for so long. They wanted to keep this hidden. But you remain calm even though you had a lot of anxiety. They wanted you to deceive yourself and just deal with it. They wanted they wanted you to deceive yourself so that you wouldn't even go looking for answers, or you wouldn't even care to know the truth. They wanted you to deceive yourself by just doing nothing, just allowing people to mistreat you without any reason of why. They just wanted you to lay there and let people step all over you. And then we have the Ace of Wands in the reverse. So they could have wanted you indecisive about certain opportunities that could have possibly been good for you, possibly taking you up out of your situation, because they wanted you to miss those opportunities. They wanted you to ponder on certain opportunities for so long that you missed the opportunity. They wanted you to, like I said, waste your talents, not even try, deceive yourself so you wouldn't even try to figure out the truth, try to figure out who you are. They wanted you to remain stuck so that you would waste any talent or potential that you have. They wanted you to seem like, or they wanted you to think that, oh, I'm just infertile with ideas. I have no ideas. I have no creativity. I have nothing of substance to be able to change my situation. That's what they wanted you to think. What else from my collective? So we got Strength in the reverse. So yeah, they wanted you to be vulnerable so you would deal with players that was going to keep you in this lower level energy. People who were going to mess with your mind. Players that was going to come around you, cheat on you, lie to you, so that would be what your focus would be on, so that they could distract you from getting to know thyself, trying to make self better. They wanted you to focus on the player that you were with, or the players that you were with, and what they were doing. So they wanted you to be weak. They didn't want you to have no backbone to be able to realize that these players were just coming in to bring you back down. And they were just coming in to destroy you, sacrifice you, make sure you don't get to a certain stage in life. They wanted you to have low self-esteem. This is why they wanted you to be with players, so that they would constantly cheat on you on a routine. So you will always think that there was something wrong with you. They wanted you to have a lack of self-confidence, so you wouldn't be confident enough to move on from a player, to be able to venture out on your own, feel like you could do it on your own. They wanted you to feel totally inadequate. Then we got Whitney Houston on How Will I Know? So yeah, how would you know who you are if you would have stayed stuck to someone that just wanted to cause you pain, just wanted to break your heart? How would you know who you truly are and what you're capable of? How would you know, right? If you stayed stuck and allowed someone to play with your mental, make you feel like you weren't good enough, how would you know? totally distract you with all the lies, cheating, stealing. Because all they wanted to do is betray you. They wanted you to be lonely. And even if you were with someone, they wanted you to still feel lonely while being with someone. They wanted you to be with someone that was always going to leave you in the house while they go out and do whatever it is that they wanted to do, so that y'all will always be in division, so that you would be up in the house depressed while they out and about being happy because they were able to put you in depression to be able to be happy. So when you're depressed, they're happy type shit. So they wanted you completely unhappy, always in grief. They wanted you to not be able to sleep, not be able to rest. And again, they wanted you confused as to why there was always just pain, why there was always people trying to cause you pain. And they wanted you alone, alienated, thinking about this, constantly dwelling on why people were trying to cause you so much pain. Instead of overcoming the pain, they wanted you to dwell in it. And we are standing your ground in the reverse. So they wanted you to give up on your beliefs, give up on believing in yourself, give up on believing that you could ever do it or ever have better in your life. So they just wanted you to view yourself as a failure. Like you would never go anywhere. You would never have anyone. You would never have anything. You're just worthless. That's what they wanted you to think. Any more for my collective spirit? Any more, plenty more. What's the tea for me, for we? So yeah, they wanted you bonded to the devil. So they wanted to put devils in your life to, in return, make you into a devil. Say that you are a devil because they set it up that way. They set it up for certain people to come in your life that was already in devil energy, so that they could in return have you in devil energy, put you through so much pain to where as though you start to have mental health issues. Like I said, they always wanted people around, or you to be with people that was going to constantly play with your mental, constantly make you feel like there was something wrong with you. And they desired to do this because this is what the devil does. The devil loves to see people powerless, make them powerless, make them hopeless. The devil likes to see people hopeless. He likes to abuse. So yeah, like I said, these people wanted you to go through nothing but abuse by anybody that came into your life. So this was constant. They wanted you to be materialistic, only focus on things such as status symbols. They didn't want you to focus on substance. Like I said, they wanted you to have secrets. They wanted you to hold their secrets, not reveal any truths. They didn't want you to get to this point to where your third eye was completely open and you were seeing everything. You were getting mental overload about what these people were doing. They wanted your third eye closed shut so that you would be able to keep their secrets. They wanted you to have obsessions just like they have obsessions. So these are people that's already in devil energy, like I said. So they wanted you to be the same. They wanted to bond you to the devil energy just like they are. They wanted you to indulge in sex, wanted you to be non-traditional, so non-traditional to the point where that's all you really thought about is sex, 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 sex. They wanted you to be codependent on that so that people could drain you, so that you would never know that you were a high priestess. So they wanted people to always be in your energy so that you would never know who you were and what you were capable of. So they wanted you to have addictions. They wanted you to be deceptive just like them, because if you're deceptive, how could you be a high priestess? A high priestess is to be trusted. A high priestess is trustworthy and not deceptive. They wanted you to always be aggressive. They wanted you to come off like you were violent. We got Alicia Keys on falling. So they wanted you always falling in and out of devil energy. Falling in and out of love with players instead of people or a person that was going to bring you happiness, allow you to be exactly who you are. She said, how can you give me so much pleasure, but then so much pain? That's the devil. He gives a lot of pleasure, but he also gives pain. And we got decision in the reverse. So like I said, these people wanted you to be indecisive. Now, if you were codependent when it came to sex, if you had a sex addiction or something in the past when you weren't awakened, they could have wanted you to procrastinate on coming out of that energy. They didn't want you to ever come out of that energy. They wanted you to stay stuck. And the only way they thought that they would be able to do that is to cause constant chaos, so that you will only focus on trying to feel good. And because of everything that they were doing in your life, they thought that the only good feeling that you ever felt was through sex. So you would be codependent on sex because that was the only thing that could really physically make you feel good. But you were able to see the truth. You were able to expose their lies. What else for my collective? So we got the Lovers in the upright. So, yeah, they wanted you to stay codependent on just wanting to feel good. They didn't want you to be someone's primary choice in love, someone that was really going to love you, someone that was going to be a soulmate, a kindred spirit, someone that you could have a perfect union with. They didn't want you to be desired by someone that shared the same values with you, that just wanted to bring romance in a situation, be romantic towards you, and vice versa. They didn't want you to desire anyone as well. Be romantic towards them. And we got the Knight of Cups in the reverse. Like I said, they didn't want you to be able to really have real love. They wanted you to always deal with Knight of Cups in the reverses. Players that just wanted to give you unrequited love. People that were sad, stuck to the devil, always indulging, too materialistic, but ain't really got much for real. People that were manipulators, only wanted one night stands or only wanted to cheat on you. People that will lay it on thick, say that they want a relationship with you only to get you in a relationship just to constantly cheat and have one night stands with other. That is what they wanted for you. So they felt like if you were able to get the truth, see the truth about what they were doing, that you would cut certain ties with certain people in certain ways to where you would finally be in the energy to where you would be able to meet someone like this. Someone that will actually love you and that you can love back. So they did all this because they didn't want you to be this high priestess. So that everybody's secrets could remain safe. They didn't want you to be able to receive. And they knew that if you were helping people, sharing your knowledge and wisdom, being obedient to your spirit guides, that you would have built a solid foundation to where you would be privileged. People will want to give to you. You would be doing what you're supposed to be doing. And you would have nothing but gains. And they didn't want that to happen. Anyway, so we got the Queen of Swords in the reverse. So these people could have been overly critical of you. Like I said in the past, if you were someone out here just doing things, having addictions, these people could have been overly critical of you. Maybe they thought that you would always be the same person. But that's what they wanted you to be. So I don't understand why they would feel so harshly towards you when that was what they wanted in the first place. So these people are pessimistic. They lack empathy. They're very rude. They could have been talking all types of shit about you, just dragging your name through the mud, making it seem like you were just the one who was overly critical of others. When no, you're just somebody who had discernment and you learned to start using it. Instead of being stepped all over, you decided to be strict. You just decided to know who deserved to be on the side of you and who didn't, if anybody. Because they're on this throne. It's nobody on the side. It's nobody. But they taught you how to be alone. Because all they wanted to do is alienate you, make you feel like you were lonely, make you feel like you were left out. Now you don't care to be. because that's what's getting you to where you need to be. The fact that you're lonely, the fact that you're alienated, in solitude, is giving you the information that you need and is getting you to where you need to be. So even though they did a lot of harm, they pushed you to help yourself. And then we got the Emperor in the reverse. Oh shit, I ain't see these cards. The Emperor in the reverse. These people abuse their power. They could have had people of that has authoritative positions involved as well, doing things towards you or allowing them to commit crimes against you so that they could abuse their power with you. And they were very stubborn while doing it, not wanting to stop, not caring about how it was affecting you. And they wanted control while they wanted you out of control. So they wanted you out of control just to say that they deserve to have over you. They should be disciplining you because you were out of control, but that's what they wanted you to be, and you weren't. So there was no reason, there was no cause for the abuse of power. They just like to abuse people because they're the fucking devil that likes to see people powerless and hopeless. It had nothing to do with you needing to be disciplined because you were already disciplined. And you were self-taught how to be self-disciplined. They just wanted to see you powerless and hopeless because these are people that just want power so bad. Want power and dominion over people so bad, and it makes them happy if they could have it. These are people that have fires burning within them just to overpower someone. It burns them up inside if they cannot have power over others. And we have King of Swords in a reverse. These people had a lack of structure. So even the justice system, these authoritative figures, they had a lack of structure because while trying to discipline you for something that you didn't even need discipline on, they lack discipline in themselves. Because you're of the justice system, you're of law, but there's no structure there. Y'all are just impulsive, doing any and everything just because you feel like you can, because you hold a position, you have a badge. So you feel like it's okay for you to be irrational, for you to be illogical, for you to be rude, for you to be malicious, for you to be overcritical of others just because the badge you hold or the position that you have. Then we got the cups in the upright. So they knew that you were someone nurturing, you were someone mature, you were someone that was secure within self, and that you had to get secure in your life, to become secure. They knew that you were soft, you were feminine, you were loving, you were kind, and you were happy, and they wanted to destroy that just so that they could say that you're the devil when they are in fact the ones that are the devil. But they wanted to flip the script. They wanted to reverse the roles. cause you so much pain, put you in so much chaos, make you go through so much loss, just so that they could say that you're not this nurturing person. You're not intuitive. You're not happy. You're not psychic. Because they knew that you would reveal their secrets. And again, they wanted their secrets kept. And they knew that because of all the pain that they caused you and who you are, eventually you would see this. You would what? Reveal what they were doing, and you would expose them. And they didn't want to be exposed. And they could have also did this because you were someone who was pretty. Maybe some of these people wanted romance with you, wanted to be intimate with you, and you didn't want that. So they attacked you instead. So these could be some people that you could have rejected, or they just never had a chance with you for whatever reason. Could just be because of life. And these people took it to heart. So they joined in and attacked you, joined in with trying to hurt you, trying to cause you pain, trying to make you suffer, torture you, all because you were pretty, witty, psychic, loving, everything that someone would hope to be. And we have lost in the reverse. So you could be moving forward even though you could have suffered a lot of loss collective. You could just be accepting the fact. And you could be willing to accept any help that comes your way. You could be healing. You could be forgiving these people. But most importantly, for yourself, forgive these people. Even though you may not want to. Any more from. So, yeah. My bad. My bad. Overheated. It'd be so fun. Like, that's going to stop you. It's not going to stop me. So please get off my page, weirdo. Hold on, y'all. Alrighty. Anyways, so like I said, we got the Knight of Wands. So they wanted to send people towards you, or because some of these people wanted to have passion with you and they couldn't, they attacked you right along with these people because they knew that you were spiritual, you were sexy, you was warm, and they felt like they would be able to flirt with you and get their way with you. They felt like you would be open-minded to just having passion with anybody that came towards you, charming. that came to you claiming to be passionate with you or have passion for you. So they got upset with you when they were turned down, when they realized that they couldn't have passion with you. So, as a form of retaliation, because these are people that don't know how to handle rejection, they wanted to pretty much, punish you for rejecting them, rejecting their offer to have passion with you. Because they're reckless with their sexual energy, and whenever they want it, they're supposed to get it, and that's how they think. And we have the Page of Wands in the reverse. So they could now be trying to get people to keep quiet about what all they were doing in the background when it came to trying to make you gullible so that you would have passion with some of these people, some of these authoritative figures, and whoever else. They wanted you to holler. They wanted you to lack energy, lack ideas and creativity, because like I said, all they wanted you to focus on is having passion with people. So anybody that wanted to have passion with you, you was supposed to be open to that. You weren't supposed to say no. You weren't supposed to have boundaries. You weren't supposed to have self-discipline. You were supposed to allow us to come in whenever we wanted to, because we are reckless with our sexual energy. We like to have power over people. We like to indulge, so you're supposed to. And that's how they wanted it to be. So they tried to strip you of, block you from your energy of being able to have endless ideas, being able to be creative, ambitious, being able to set goals, be able to achieve those goals, make any plans for yourself. This is all they wanted you focused on. Lower level shit. Passion with people that don't mean you good. Passion with people that was just going to bond you to unhealthy attachments, addictions, so that you will be brought back down to where they are. So you would not be sitting on your throne getting constant truth, being overloaded with their secrets. And we have transition in the upright. These people did not want you to be able to move on to calmer waters. They didn't want you to be able to heal or to continue healing. They always wanted to interfere in your healing process, on your healing journey. They didn't want things to progress for you, because they knew that you were moving on from your lower self, someone that you used to be, moving on from people, places, and things that weren't serving you any longer. So they didn't want it to seem like there would ever be a calm after the storm. They just always wanted you to feel like this was just a never-ending storm. This storm was never going to end. There was no calmer waters to be had. They didn't want you to overcome difficulties. They wanted you to drown in them, so that you wouldn't have relief, so that you wouldn't feel relief, so that you wouldn't get to a period of stability. They didn't want you to escape. They didn't want you to travel away, make this transition in yourself, within yourself, so that you would be able to escape the bondage that they were trying to have you in. So yeah, justice in the reverse. So they put you through a lot of injustice. And like I said, they had the justice system working with them, because there were people of the law, of authority, who wanted to have passion with you as well. And because they didn't get their way with you, they joined in or allowed people to commit crimes against you, allowed people to be hurtful, to be rude, to cause you pain, do anything to you just because they couldn't get their way. So they wanted you to have bad karma. They wanted to be very corrupt. They wanted to lie about their corruption. They wanted to say that there was nothing corrupt going on to anyone that actually stood in their integrity. So if there were people that actually were honest, stood in their integrity, that could have been asking about the situation, why this is going on, why that was going on, these people were lying about their corruption. They didn't want to take accountability for what they were allowing people to do to you, as well as what they were doing to you, because they knew that they had a position to where they were supposed to stand in integrity. They were supposed to hold up the law. And they did the complete opposite, all because they wanted what they wanted, which was passion. Because you were pretty, you were beautiful, and at one point in time, you could have been open-minded. You're very experienced, could be in the bedroom, very passionate in the bedroom, and they wanted to be able to experience that. They knew that you could take them on an adventure. So not only were you spiritual, sexy, but in the bedroom, you could rock their world. Pretty much. And because they couldn't experience that, they wanted to abuse their power. And then we have the Chariot and the Upright. So they didn't want you to win. They didn't want you to be able to continue on your journey. They didn't want you to overcome any obstacles. So they could have had you in competition with people. You could have always been in competition with people. They always had people up against you, even though the position that they had you in was unfair. So they wanted you to feel like there's no way I could win against anybody else because of what they were putting. So this was just unfair competition. They wanted people to compete with you that they knew was going to win, because they were doing nothing to alter their progress when it came to competition. They were only altering you. They were only trying to hold you back. So they did all this because they didn't want you to have success. They didn't want you to be ambitious. Like I said, they wanted to block you from that. They didn't want you to be determined. They didn't want you to have willpower, the control, self-discipline, high standards, concentration. They didn't want you to have anything that was going to pull you forward. And we got community in a reverse. So now that you were able to overcome these obstacles, you were able to have control, have the willpower to discipline, have high standards, still work hard and concentrate on what you were working on, you could have won. You could have beat the odds. And now these community of people, or communities of people that work together, they could be unhappy because the outcome that they wanted for you isn't the outcome that you had, isn't the outcome that they had. So therefore, when they thought that they would be reuniting with each other, celebrating upon their win, there's no win to celebrate. So they could be postponing and canceling reunions of getting together and celebrating, because there's nothing to celebrate. Because they couldn't get you to lose. They couldn't take you off of your journey. They couldn't get you to focus on lower levels. You only focused on becoming better. And you could have done this by running away from these people, not wanting to be a part of this community or any community. You decided to stand alone, sit on your throne, and you didn't care to have anyone on the side of you. All right, what else for my collective spirit? Any more, plenty more. What's the tea for me, for we? What's the tea, spirit? So we got wanting you to lose a court case. So these people could have wanted you to lose a court case, collective. So this is why they work together as well, to try to get you off your path, to try to make it seem like you didn't have high standards, like you were just reckless, you were just focused on having passion with people. Anybody could come in and have passion with you, because, or also that they could say you have HIV. So these people wanted to put you in a court case to say that you had HIV, to say that you were spreading this to people. So this is why they wanted you to be reckless with your sexual energy. Because you are what? Blessed in all the right places. So they wanted you to be looked at like, why wouldn't it be that person that's spreading it? Look at how they're built. Look at what they do. They're always having passion. That's what they wanted to be able to say. So because you were pretty, because you were beautiful, and you was blessed in all the right places, they felt like you would be the perfect target, the perfect person to say you had HIV and was spreading it around. So because some of these authoritative figures also is reckless with their sexual energy, they could have caught HIV from someone that they wanted to allow to be corrupt or commit crimes against you. So they could have been bribed with sex, caught HIV, and because everyone's target was you, they wanted to be able to blame you for it, so that you would lose a court case and you wouldn't get this unexpected financial income, a large lump sum, a will, a deed, a trust, something that was owed to you. And we got don't befriend this person. So someone that could be coming towards you, collective, spirit is telling you don't befriend them because they could have HIV. And if you befriend them and you possibly have a good time with them, they're going to want to have passion with you and they're going to give this to you. So just because you wear condoms doesn't mean that you can't contract it. Because people like to do slick shit like poke holes in condoms. They like to fuck you so hard and good to where as though when you're done, you realize that the condom is inside of you. And then we have drives a Maybach. So this could be somebody who drives a Maybach that's coming towards you to pretend to be friends with you, all to have passion with you, to give this to you so that you won't win a court case. Then we have a CDL driver. So they could be a CDL driver so they can make good money, drive a Maybach. Any more, spirit? Any more, plenty more? What's the tea? So you could be a Libra, or you could have Libra in your chart. This could be your rising sign collective. So yeah, you could be a Libra rising that this person is coming towards. Now, this could be someone that you've already known. You could have known them since 2018, or something significant could have happened in 2018. Maybe this person got infected in the year 2018. Or maybe these people could have been trying to infect you since 2018 because they knew that something was left to you. You were in someone's will. You were left deeds. You were a trust fund baby. You were left property. And they didn't want you to have that. So they could have been working tirelessly since the year of 2018 to try to infect you. Just so that when the time comes to really disperse this, or, you know, they didn't want you to win. They didn't want you to receive this. They could have also wanted you to overeat because, like I said, you could be blessed in the right places. You could look good body-wise. So they wanted you to overeat so you could gain weight. They wanted you to indulge. But you worked on yourself, collective. And this is why they're finding it hard to do what they want to do to you, because they didn't want you to be able to work on yourself. They didn't want you to be able to heal, but you did it anyway. You could be going to a cookout, or this person that is coming in pretending like they're your friend or that they want to be your friend. They could want to invite you to a cookout. But this could be someone that's trying to heavily burden you. Or this could have been someone who heavily burdened you that is now wanting to be your friend, now wanting to invite you out to a cookout after they heavily burden you. They could be from California, traveling to or from. Then we got loves you more than you know. So they could claim that they love you more than you know, even though they heavily burdened you. Someone could has or work at a horse stable. So someone could own a lot of land in California, and they could have a horse stable, or they could work at one. Someone's name could be Harrison, or this could be their last name. Someone's name could be Beasley as well. Someone's name could be Page. So this could be a Virgo male who's claiming to love you more than you know. They could have a pet snake. Then we have paying others to keep quiet in regards to what's going on. So like I said, they could be trying to keep people on the hush as to what they don't want this to get into the ears of the right people. Someone could feel like they are your forever love, or they feel like they will forever love you. Then we got just like the others, but they are just like the others. Or they could have viewed you as being just like the others. Someone could dress to impress to disguise their jealousy of you. Maybe you don't really dress too flashy, so they try to dress better than you to disguise their jealousy for you. This could be someone who cries when they get caught so that they could get their way, so that people could feel bad or feel like they're the victim in things. This could be someone from California. Someone's name could be Dan as well. Someone's name could be TT or someone's Titi, someone's aunt. Someone could be on a payment plan or collective. You may need to get on a payment plan for something. And we got breakup. So someone could be breaking up with someone. They could be breaking up with someone coming towards you, wanting you to be their new flame. Because this person is wanting to hold you. Whoever this is that's going through a breakup right now, wanting you to be their new flame. But these people, they wanted you begging for change, collective. Like I said, they didn't want you to ever be able to come out of poverty. They didn't want you to have any jobs. They wanted you to be unemployed so that you would be begging for change. And we have late nights at the office. So someone could work in the office settings, but they can have late nights at the office. Then we got doesn't know how to love. But this could be someone that doesn't know how to love. So whoever this is that's wanting to hold you, wanting you to be their new flame, they don't know how to love. Then they think, someone could think that everyone wants their man. This could be a Capricorn Spanish woman that thinks everybody wants their man, but their man doesn't know how to love. They could be for everybody, always giving passion to any and everybody. Very reckless with their sexual energy. They could like to gamble. Or these people gambled a lot when it came to coming up against you. But you gave these people grace. Or someone's name could be Grace. Someone could claim they are not a player, but they like to crush a lot. Could be this Sagittarius. Very flirtatious. Call this the shameless flirtation. So they will flirt with anybody and not feel no shame. They can have a Pisces moon. And it can have a STD. So yeah, it could be this Sagittarius, like I said, who's wanting to come in, act like they want to be your friend, want to take you out to a cookout, have an adventure. I don't know if they're wanting to take you all the way to California. So maybe they have a reunion in Cali that they want to take you to, just to be able to make it seem like, oh, I must really like you because I'm taking you around my family. But they're just trying to make you feel so comfortable, like you really mean something, so that they can have passion with you. So they could be going above and beyond to try to have passion with you. So they could be coming in like they're Captain Save-A-Ho, like they're going to take you out of poverty, just so they can have passion with you, give you this STD, HIV. And then we have wants to play victim. So they could want to play victim like they were victimized in the situation. They could be playing victim about this STD. Or this could be the goal. Like I said, collective, they could be planning all this, trying to get you to be comfortable with them, make it seem like they are your friend, just so that they could give you this STD and then play victim like you were the one that gave them the STD. And someone's older sister could also be involved in this. They could be orchestrating this, trying to help this person come up with the idea on how to bring this all together. Anymore. Then we have once your partner. So your older sister could want your actual partner. Or you could be the older sister and they could be the younger sister, but your sister wants your partner. They could be sitting in cars next to you, waiting for your next move, waiting to see if you're going to go towards a certain someone so they could know how they look, what they drive, where they live, so they could go in towards them. And we got rough sex. So this could be someone that you have rough sex with. So they could have either saw because they were being nosy, or they could have listened to you have rough sex with someone, and this is why they wanted your partner, because they could have felt like the sex was really good and they would get the same. Hello. And we have loving. So you could be someone who's very loving, or this could be someone that's very loving, whoever your actual partner is. You could be Spanish, Dominican, foreign, or mixed collective. There could be an Aries white woman that's involved in all of this as well. And someone could be in a car club, or there could be a community of people that's in a car club that's involved in all of this as well. I mean, we're talking about communities of people since 2018. So we're dealing with a lot of people here. You could have recently went to Planet Fitness, or you could be thinking about getting a membership at Planet Fitness. Someone's name could be Nicole. Nicole could be bitter about something, about someone. They could be bitter because someone never stopped loving you, collective. So Nicole is bitter because someone never stopped loving you. Someone could do aviation, work on aircrafts. Someone could be getting a divorce as well. This could be someone who never stopped loving you. Someone named could be Ferguson that's involved. Someone could be your high school sweetheart, or you could be their high school sweetheart, collective. You could be a divine feminine. Someone could be a welder that's involved as well. Someone could be a co-founder. They could be a co-founder of a business or a co-founder of a car club. Then we got Illuminati. So you could also be dealing with people that's a part of the Illuminati, and this is why they're in devil energy and wanting you to be in devil energy, because they're of the Illuminati. You could be a younger woman, or there could be a younger woman involved that was doing heavy spell work on your mouth to make you shut up. Anymore. Now, this could be someone that hates you but wants you to love them. Whoever this younger woman that does a lot of spell work on your mouth to make you shut up. So they could hate your guts but want you to love them. Shaking my head. Oh, damn. I don't know where that fell. Oh, there it go. So there could be a Capricorn Jamaican woman, or they could just be a Capricorn woman that is not prepared for the backlash. So they could be getting backlash right now for something that they've done, or they're going to be, and they won't be prepared for this. They're not going to see it coming. And then we got people paying to have arguments with you. So they could be paying people to have arguments with you because, like I said, they want it to be nothing but conflict. They want you to always be arguing with people, always on the defense, always having to fight. They're always being a battle. They could be wanting you to be confused on why people are wanting to argue with you, fight with you, be defensive towards you. Whole time they are paying these people to have arguments with you or be defensive towards you so that you could argue with them. There could be a water sign that's paying these people to have arguments with you, Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces. They could be getting a life sentence for what all they've been doing towards you, collective, because they got extreme bad karma. This could be a Scorpio male. They could have been attacking someone else as well for lying on you. Or someone could be attacking someone for lying on someone a part of this. Someone could be blaming you for their mistakes. Could be this Scorpio male because they've taken things so far to the point where they're going to get a life sentence. And then we got yes. So yeah, they've taken things too far with what all they were doing towards you. And now karma is coming into play. These people also could have been making false reports at every job you get. Because like I said, they want you to be unemployed. They don't want you to have a job. They don't want you to be able to fend for yourself. They don't want you to be able to come up out of poverty. You could be a long-haired woman or someone could have long hair. I meant a long-haired man. So this could be a long-haired man that was making false reports on you. And your passed on loved ones are trying to reach you. So your passed over loved ones could be trying to reach you, tell you something, give you knowledge about something. So they could be trying to inform you of something that these people are trying to do now as we speak. Hello. This could be on a holiday, on the next holiday, because we got Madonna holiday on. And with the Knight of Wands coming in, they could be wanting to come in on a holiday, because we did have cookout. Isn't Labor Day coming up? So could be Labor Day that they're wanting to come in towards you, invite you to a cookout. So beware. Oh yeah, for sure. I getting the message. What you mean by that? Oh shit. I ain't like that shuffle. Ooh. There we go. There we go. Any more for my collective spirit? Any more, plenty more. What's the these? So we got receipts out here. So yeah, these people are plotting to have someone come in on this next holiday so that they could have some evidence on you or make it seem like they have evidence on you so that you would be the one that's guilty as charged. So you would be the one going to prison or jail for spreading HIV. So they want to be able to expose you. They want to be able to get receipts on you, collective. So be careful this Labor Day. Anybody inviting you to a cookout, they might try to put something in your food or drinks. You know, people get real crafty. They could put their blood in your food or your drink. So I wouldn't go to any cookouts with someone if you know this is your situation. If you know people don't want you to win a court case so that you can get some unexpected financial income, something that's owed to you, I wouldn't even go, or I wouldn't eat or drink while I'm out and about with these people. Like, I would just be very careful, because we got graduation day in the reverse. They are going to make something happen to where it seems so that you won't have a level up. They wanted to make it seem like you haven't learned your lessons, like you haven't acquired any wisdom, so that they could say that you're a fake high priestess and you don't know what you're talking about. So whatever they're planning now to do on Labor Day, they want to make you backtrack. So they could be trying to get you drunk at this cookout so that you will have passion. And therefore, if you get drunk, if you've been living a sober life, if you get drunk, you'll be falling back into old habits, drinking. If you have passion with this person, you will be falling back into temptation, so that you will seem like you don't have any self-discipline or high standards, and you'll be walking away with HIV as well. And they will also have something already ready so that they will be able to record this go down, so that they can have evidence on you, so that they could play victim and say that you gave them this STD. So again, be careful. But we got by Felicia. So this could be someone that you left behind. You left and you didn't give a fuck about leaving them behind. So yeah, they're trying to come in and do this to you because you left them behind. Because you could be chosen. You have a divine mission. Ignite the fire within. Don't backtrack. You hold this sword of truth. These people know that you know their truth. They know that you're able to reveal their secrets. Your throne awaits you, collective, because you are a god or a goddess. Any more, spirit? Any more from my collective? Any more, plenty more? What's the tea for me, for we? So we got divine love, equal give and take. So yeah, if you fall into this trap, you will not experience divine love, because there is a divine love here for you. Once you get through all these hurdles, there is someone that's actually going to give you equal give and take, but you have to be able to pass this test in order to have this new beginning, this fresh start. Your slate will be cleared if you're able to reject this offer, or prove that you've learned your lesson when it comes to turning up. So we do have turned in the reverse. So yeah, once you prove that you're not turning up, you're not a party animal, you're not indulgent in sex, drugs, and alcohol, surface pleasures, you will have this new beginning, this fresh start. Your slate will be clear, because there wouldn't be anything for them to expose you of. There wouldn't be any receipts on you, collective. So you will not be guilty of charge if you could stay on track. And we got red flag. So you could be seeing red flags. You could be seeing the warning signs and taking heed, knowing that this will be a risky situation if you decide to take this person on their offer. You know that all the self-love, all the work that you put in on yourself will be pretty much discarded, null and void, if you don't take heed and listen to the warning signs. Heed the warning signs. So the warning is already there. Are you going to listen? Because the plan is to break your heart, and you've already been heartbroken, and you've been able to remain solid even through all the heartbreak. But they're just only wanting to come in and break it some more. because they want you to seem like you don't have any wisdom. Like I said, they don't want it to seem like you've learned through your life experiences, and they don't want you to be able to help others. So they don't want you to be able to help yourself nor others. Sorry, y'all, my phone had or whatever, but we back or whatever, but we back. I'm gonna pull a few more. I'm gonna pull a few more. Then we gonna end this thing out. But yeah, what else for my collective spirit? So we got everything I touch turn into gold. So everything you touch will turn into gold if you are able to pass this one last test, get through this last hurdle, reject this offer. And then we have High Priestess in a reverse. So like I said, if you don't, they're going to make it seem like you are a High Priestess in a reverse. You're a fake High Priestess. You're not intuitive. You don't receive downloads straight from the source. This is what they're going to make it seem like if you do not take heed. Because they don't want everything you touch to turn into gold. They want it to turn into shit. And they feel like they have to take you off your path to be able to do that. What else, collective? What else for my collective? So we got teamwork. So these people are definitely working together as a team to be able to do this, collective. Because they don't want you to be spiritually woke, because they aren't spiritually woke. These are people that are still asleep. They're not self-aware. They're not cutting through illusions, and they're always in their ego. They're not wanting to detach from their ego, so they want to put you in the same energy. They want to keep you asleep or make you fall back asleep. And then we got twin flame. So they don't want you to be able to come into contact with your twin flame, or your twin flame could have severed the connection with you, the soul's mission. Even though there's a pulling of the heartstring, they could have stayed asleep and they could have severed the connection. Because we got lovers in the reverse. So this person is too confused. They don't know the difference between passion and lust, or they're too lustful, or they don't want to be lustful anymore. They don't want to be just about passion. Then we got healer in the reverse. Maybe they were dealing with someone who said they was a healer, but they're not. So they could be not healing because of who they are with. They are not woke because of who they are with. They could be with a fake high priestess. So your twin flame could be with a fake high priestess that is keeping them asleep. They're not able to heal with this person, around this person. They're not able to break free from this lust, from this passion with this person. So they could be trying to break free as we speak from this person. They're trying to be free from bondage, mind, body, and soul, because they feel like this person has them bonded. Again, like I said, kinky ways in the upright. So because this person that they are with, this fake high priestess that they are with, they have them tied to them because they have kinky ways about them. This fake high priestess that they're with could be fulfilling their fantasies and fetishes. This could be someone who likes threesomes or whatever, like to include people in the bedroom, or they allow this person to be sexually open so they have an open relationship with them. Or this could just be someone that allows their person to cheat. They know that their person cheats and they still stay with them. So they could allow this person to always explore. And then we have betrayed. So your twin flame could have betrayed you for this person because they weren't able to break free, but now they're trying to break free. There could have been people also close to you praying on your downfall. That could have been a part of these betrayals. Then we have snack. So you could be seen as a snack collective. Someone could be obsessed with you. People could have betrayed you because you were this snack. Like I said in the reading, there were people mad because they knew that you had sex appeal. They found you physically attractive. They were obsessed with you, wanting passion with you. And because they couldn't get passion with you, they decided to betray you right along with the rest of these people. Then we got dancing with the devil. So they wanted you to dance with the devil, which is them, because these are people that's in devil energy, that like to indulge, that is always focused on materials and desires. So they want you to take a risk to dance with the devil. So whoever this devil is that's coming in next towards you, collective, they could be a made man, they could be self-made, a leader, a businessman. They could like to wear dress suits or nice suits, or they could just dress really nice. They could like to wear shades. They could have a nice car, fast car. They could be someone that's always taking flights. And we got healing journey. So you could be on this healing journey, collective. You could have high vibrations and a lot of abundant opportunities coming your way. But if you decide to dance with this devil, that's going to all go to shits. You're going to start losing opportunities. Like I said, they're going to be able to betray you and say that you're not a real high priestess. You haven't learned your lesson. You haven't acquired any wisdom. You haven't healed. So beware. Then we got a father's love in the reverse. So whoever this made man is, whether if this is your twin flame that severed you guys' connection, they could have been acting out because they didn't receive love from their father, being as though it's in the reverse. So maybe their father never taught them how to treat women, or they saw their father treat women a certain way that wasn't good. Ow, I don't know where the heck them cards fell. Damn. Alright, I'm gonna try to get them, y'all. Uh, I don't know where they fell. Um, damn, I hate when that happens. Shit. Yeah, I can't get them hoes. Damn. Alright, so we got black sheep. So collective, you could be the black sheep of your family. These people could see you as rebelling, going against their expectations and divine norms. So we got ancient Egyptian goddess, because you're an ancient Egyptian goddess of Isis. This is why you have a throne of being a god or a goddess. Then we got celestial alignment, starseed activation. So even though you're a starseed, they don't want you to be activated. They don't want you to be able to go through this activation. Then we got divine union. So yeah, they don't want you to have a divine union, or they could have done so much, came in between this divine union so that you wouldn't be able to have this. So they could have interfered in everything in your life so that they could take you off your path, so you wouldn't be able to recall your power, so you wouldn't be able to reclaim what's rightfully yours. But you could be in nature right now, or needing to go into nature to connect with Mother Gaia and get yourself grounded. Then we got new boo in the reverse. So this new boo that's coming in, I wouldn't take them up on their offer. They're coming in claiming a want to have new love, claiming that you guys could learn from each other. They're coming in flirtatious, but it's a no. It's a no. This person is just coming to break your heart. They're just coming in to betray you. And in time will tell. So they could be trying to do this in a certain amount of time. I did say by the next holiday, which I believe is Labor Day. So like I said, be careful. Now, things could be delayed. They could be procrastinating coming towards you. So maybe that's why they plan to come towards you on a holiday. Maybe they're too busy right now to make time to come towards you. So they figured if they could do it on a holiday, this is when they will be off from their job, or they'll have some downtime to be able to come towards you. And we got Archangel Michael could be needing to intervene. This could be divine intervention coming in to protect you, because they know what these people are doing and they know that they're not stopping. They know that there is a frenemy in your midst. So like I said, this supposedly new lover, they're not coming in to love you. They're actually a frenemy. In the beginning of my cards, it said, don't befriend this person. So yeah, even if this is someone new, old or new, if they're claiming to want to be friends with you, collective, do not befriend them. Because they're not your friend. They're just coming in with hidden intentions. They're just coming in to be two-faced with you. Honeymooning in reverse as well. So they just want to get to this honeymoon stage so that they could destroy you. So, yeah, it's all in a reverse. This isn't love. So this person isn't wanting to talk often. They're just wanting to jump right into things. Jump right into the passion. Get straight to the point so that they can hurry up and do this. And we got a key player in the reverse, because they know that they're not a key player. They know that they're not an important person. And they're trying to put something on you, put the blame on you, so that they could be an important person, or so that they could stop you from being an important person, which is you being this high priestess, this ancient Egyptian goddess of Isis. They want to be able to stop you from being important, stop you from being seen as irreplaceable. Then we got lipstick evidence. So if this is someone that's going to come into you claiming that they want love with you, they only want to be with you, again, to break your heart, to cheat on you, to betray you. Then we have there's light at the end of the tunnel. Keep going. So yeah, keep going when it comes to your healing journey, when it comes to your vibrations being high, when it comes to you connecting with Mother Gaia, grounding yourself, when it comes to you healing. Keep going, because there's light at the end of the tunnel. Don't come off of your path of self-discipline, of high standards, of being independent. At least not right now. Until the slate is cleared for you, I wouldn't. We got cheer on if I could turn back time. So someone could be feeling like if they could turn back time, but unfortunately they can't. So whatever they got from being a cheater, That's what they got, and that's what they're going to stay with. Then we got trouble past in the reverse. So collective, you didn't allow the trouble from your past to linger with you, to come along with you on this journey. You decided to release it. You're not someone that's envious. You're not envious of others. You know who you are, and you love yourself. Any more for my collective? So we got secret affair in the reverse. So this person coming towards you, wanting to have passion with you, they're wanting to have a secret affair with you, but it's in the reverse. Don't do this. Again, it's several signs, 7 warnings telling you not to do this, because it's going to result in a court date, and you're going to lose this court date if you do this. This is all they want. We said this in the beginning. That was the first card of my cards. They want you to lose a court case. They know that this court date is coming up, and they want you to lose. So don't fall for this, because there's too many warnings out here. The courtroom might be the stage, but the real drama started long before the documents were filed. We're talking about since 2018, this has been going on. So you've dealt with so much for so long. Don't go back. Don't go back. Because that is going to completely ruin you. And ruin everything you worked so hard on. Everything you worked so hard for. You too close. Throwing shade in the reverse. So now someone is not wanting to throw shade anymore, because they could be afraid. Because they know that this court date is coming up, and they still haven't been able to put you in a secret affair to say that you were the one spreading this HIV or an STD, because they wanted you to be in this fantasy world. They wanted your head to be in the clouds, heart chasing fairy tales, so that you could get lost in all the sparkle, not realizing that someone just gave you something that you couldn't get rid of. So we got test results in the reverse. So yeah, they wanted your test results to be in the upright, for it to be positive, for you to be HIV positive. But it's in the reverse. So you don't have whatever this is, collective. So they could be trying to stop you from getting married. There's a wedding going down from me to we, from uncertain to official. Everything feels so much more defined now. Or they could be trying to get you to marry someone who has this. Then we have lies detected. So people could be finding out that you don't have whatever this is, that someone just doesn't want you to get married. Any more from my collective? Any more, plenty more. What's the tea for me? So we got gold digger in the reverse. So they could have not wanted you to get married to someone, because they could have been in this person's ear saying that you were a gold digger, but you're not. You're actually a hard worker. And then we have misunderstood. So this person wanting to marry you, they could feel like you're going to misunderstand them, or they could just feel misunderstood by people. The real version never made it past the rumors. Now they are stuck defending what they never said. So they could have said something to you or wanted to marry you, but they never came to you and proposed to you because of rumors that were going around about your test results, saying that you had something that you did not have. All because people wanted to chase clout. They're addicted to attention, and the thirst is starting to show. The spotlight's the goal, even if it means faking the whole storyline. So yeah, these people faked a story about you, collective, wanted to make it seem like you were reckless and this is why you had something that you don't. So they lied to people, said that you had this just to be able to get attention off of ruining your name, ruining your reputation. But the lies were detective, and people could be upset about this because they believed in a lie and they treated you harshly because of this lie. All because someone or multiple people just wanted to be in the spotlight off of getting clout off of your name, off of ruining your name. And we got a scam alert in the reverse. So these people thought that they would be able to scam you. Now they could be realizing that they cannot scam you. So they could be going broke, or they wanted you to be going broke. The bills are stacking, the funds are shrinking, and the lifestyle isn't matching the bank account anymore. Like I said, they wanted you out begging for change. They wanted you to constantly be heartbroken. Sometimes the worst breakups are the ones that never got full closure. What hurts the most isn't the ending, it's the fact that it ever felt so right. So they wanted you to be heartbroken. They wanted you to be all in love with someone just so that they could break your heart. Just so they could say that you were living a double life. Someone is juggling stories, identities, or relationships and hoping no one notices the overlap. So yeah, they wanted you to have to juggle stories, juggle identities, juggle relationships, just so that they could say that you're a heartbreaker, you live a double life, you're going broke because you live a double life. You got a STD because you like to break people's hearts and live double lives. That's what they wanted to be able to say. Any more messages? Any last messages? So we got surprise. So collective, you will be surprised at what happens next, or you will be surprised at how this all turns out. If you remain focused, if you remain self-disciplined, you will be in for one hell of a surprise. Because right now there could be barriers in your way. And you need to find ways around these obstacles to be able to have happiness. So like I said, there may be a lot of obstacles, but the challenge is to find your way around them so that you will be able to have happiness in the end. And we got spirit. Your spirit is about to be sublimated. So yeah, you're about to be uplifted from all of this if you are able to stay the course, if you are able to continue on this journey. And we have value in the reverse. So they want you to feel like you are not valuable. They don't want you to focus on things of value. So you have to stay focused on the things that you value, even though there are people working endlessly to try to make you not focus on these things. And we have time in reverse because they know that they're about to be out of time, or they want you to feel like time will never heal your scars. And we got true love in a reverse as well. So true love is not going to appear when you least expect it. You will actually feel this coming. You will know. Then we have universe in the reverse. The universe isn't guiding you to anyone at this time. The universe is guiding you to stay to yourself at this time, collective, because you will know when your true love comes towards you. They're going to make you aware. So you won't be caught off guard when your true love comes towards you. So they're not wanting you to go towards anyone right now. They're wanting you to stay focused, stay self-disciplined. Just hold on a little longer. And we got clarity in the reverse. So you don't need a moment to think about a person, think about anyone else, about, anything else except for what you're trying to do, what you're supposed to be doing right now. Hello. And we got embrace in the reverse. So yeah, people don't want you to embrace what fate has in store for you. They want you to feel like fate has something else in store for you. Fate has bad luck for you. Fate has you being destroyed in store for you. Pretty much this is what they want you to feel like. Or they want you to be in a position. They want to put you in a position to where you can't embrace what fate has in store for you. When fate actually has a surprise for you, but only if you could stay the course. Only if you could move around, find ways around these obstacles that's in your way right now. And they're guiding you. You just have to take heed to the warning signs that they're giving you. To be cautious of which ways not to go down, of who not to deal with. You just have to be willing to listen. You just have to be willing to be guided. And we got illusion. Yeah, because there are a lot of people spreading illusions right now. They want you to be in an illusion. Avoid the trap of mistaking fantasy for a real soul connection. So like I said, anyone coming in right now claiming to be your true love, your twin flame, your soulmate, they got a real connection to you. It's an illusion. They just want to be able to trap you. And we have observe. You need to observe right now. And we have study. Study people. The one that's coming in that's actually for you, you're going to be able to learn from that person, and they're going to be able to learn from you. We had that in a reverse up here. So this new love coming in, they're in a reverse. You can't learn from them, and they're not willing to learn from you. So that's not your person. And we got emotion. Look into the depths of your emotions. So you could be real emotional right now. And you need to go within on why you feel so deeply about a person or a situation. But yeah, collective, that has been your reading. I hope you guys enjoyed. Please like, share, and subscribe. Anybody wanting a personal reading, have any questions, or would like to have an event session, or would like to donate, that information on how to is in the description below this video. Now, if it isn't available to see, you will have to wait till the video is processed, and then you should be able to see the description and all the information on what the prices is, how to reach me, all that good stuff. But yeah, I hope y'all have a good rest of the day. You means you're welcome. Deuces, I holla.